Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for March the 13th. I'm going to be pulling one card for each sign, so if you know your sun sign, you can get quite a little information from that. If you know your sun, moon, rising, and thus all your houses, then you can actually pull quite a bit of juice from a quick reading like this. Thank you guys very much for spending some of your precious time with me. Thank you for the feedback down below in the comments, for the thumbs ups on this video, and for sharing this video with others who may benefit from it as well. Okay, let's jump in. Aries, what we have showing up is La Emperor. Oh no, that's the Empress. Excuse me. The Empress showing up in reverse. I'm not exactly sure how you would pronounce that. I'm guessing that's Italian. I'm not sure. Anyway, Empress showing up in reverse just means that, Aries, it's going to be really tempting for you to start acting in codependent ways today, or maybe it's not starting for some of you. Usually codependent ways kind of happen a lot, but basically this means that you may find yourself doing things that other people really should be responsible for handling for themselves. And this ends up becoming a problem whenever you get burnt out with it or tired with doing that, because now they're expecting you to continue to take care of their responsibilities and you're too tired. And so that leads to some kind of flashback. So today I think you're in that place where you're really tempted to do those types of codependent type things. So you want to be careful about that. You want to be aware of what are my responsibilities and what are actually the responsibilities of other people as you're taking on things today. All right, next up, let's look at Taurus. Excuse me. So Taurus, this is the Seven of what I would call Swords showing up in reverse. This is telling me, Taurus, I think there's some kind of strategy that you had about something that was going to be going on today, and that strategy is coming undone. There's something going on that is maybe even multiple things that are becoming obstacles to that particular strategy. So it's a good time to be flexible and be thinking about what are some backup plans that you could put in place. Next up, let's look at Gemini. Gemini. Two of money, 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 honey. Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles just means that you have a lot going on today. This is interesting. A lot of times our Two of Pentacles will have an infinity sign, but this could be an infinity sign, except that it's broken. It's like a broken circuit. It's not going to infinity. So, Two of Pentacles. I do think that you've got a lot going on today, and I think that it may feel very hectic to you to make sure that everything is covered the way it needs to be covered, but you're managing to do it, and other people are wondering how you're doing that gracefully because they see it as graceful. Here's this thing with this infinity sign having that break in it. This is not a kind of routine that you can maintain constantly. You have to allow yourself, and remember to allow yourself time to take a break. If you don't have time to take a break today, you definitely want to plan in sometime before long to take a break so that you don't hit burnout. Next up, let's look at Cancer. Okay, Cancers, you guys have the Four of Cups showing up in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse just means that it's very tempting to have a pity party today. However, you are not doing that. I'm so proud of you. You're taking whatever is this disappointment, you're just taking that in stride, and you're focusing on the things that are still available for you to work with. So focusing on opportunities that you do have at hand. Whoop, whoop, we like that. Next up, we're looking at Leo. Leo, La Force, or La Force, I don't know. Anyway, this is our Strength card. Isn't that lion just beautiful? So Leo, this would be considered the card that would signify your sign. So it's interesting that it actually came up on your sign. And this is a card that does tell me that you are using some power today, and I think that you're using it in a very subtle way. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. I hope I got the mute button on in time. Anyway, you're using your power in a very subtle way, in that I think that what you're doing is you are basically convincing other people to look at things from your perspective so that they can understand how things look on your end of the spectrum. And I think you're using your power in that way, that you're being very convincing in something that you're saying. Next up, Virgo, excuse me. Virgo, let's see here. Four of Pentacles showing up in reverse. So Virgos, you may be spending some money or giving away some material goods that you weren't planning on. All right. This can be like when the water heater breaks or something like that, and you have to pay a serviceman or a contractor. But it doesn't even have to be something that you're not planning on. You could be spending money or giving away something that you had planned on. Maybe you were planning on buying a vehicle and you'd been saving up for that. Then that would show up on this card as well. But definitely having some money that is coming out of savings today to cover something one way or the other. Okay, so next up we have Libra. Libras, you guys have the Eight of Cups. This just tells me that today you are walking away from something that makes you feel exhausted or depleted. Scorpio, Le Chariot. Okay, so Scorpios, this just means ba-da-da-da-da-da. Scorpios, I think a lot of us are going to be traveling today. We may be making our home away from home somewhere. Some kind of travel coming up today for a lot of us who have Scorpio placements. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Next up, Sagittarius. This is the Hermit card. Isn't that a beautiful lantern? All right, so Hermit card tells me, Sagittarius, that you're going to be spending some time alone, thinking some things over, straightening some things out in your mind, processing through some things, and figuring out, where do I want to go from here? What are my next priorities? What are my next goals? Okay. Capricorn, Capricorn. All right, so this is going to be the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse is just telling me, Capricorn, that you're hearing some kind of news about money or about material goods that is not what you were hoping to hear. Okay? Some type of news about money or material goods that is not what we like. Next up, let's look at Aquarius. Cavalier de Cups. Okay, so this is our Knight of Cups. Isn't it interesting that here's a knight, he's not on a horse. Not on a horse, but he definitely looks like a knight with all that armor. Okay. This is a card that for me talks about the idea of doing some type of revitalization or pampering for yourself. So this is self-care, or this is taking some type of romantic action with somebody else. Going out for a meal, enjoying some time under a starlit night. You know, something that is romantic that you enjoy doing with somebody else, or pampering and self-care for yourself. Okay, who was that? That was Aquarius. Next up, Pisces. Queen of Cups. Oh, we like it. So Queen of Cups, this just tells me, first of all, this would be one of your court cards, Pisces, so it definitely fits with your personality. And this talks about that you are sharing some encouragement and some upliftment with other people today. Encouraging or uplifting others. All right, so thank you guys very much for coming and hanging out with me today. I do appreciate your time. Thank you also for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and thank you to those of you booking private readings and Reiki sessions with me. I look forward to working with some of you personally a little bit later on today, and the rest of you I will see back on the next video. Peace out.